Hey guys, welcome back to Cinders. Last episode we left off just in the inn. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna meet the soldier. I'm gonna call him a warrior, but he's no warrior. Soldier or guard, Perrault. Or whether this can somehow lead to me meeting the prince, I'm not sure. I still haven't met the prince, darn it. But anywho, this place looks so full of life. Although, to be fair, it's a little bit shady too. I hear that this inn attracts some of the less honest people in town. But at least it's exciting. People here actually know how to have fun. It's nothing like that stiff and proper place that I'm forced to call home. Carmosa and her daughters are all too proud to do anything fun. Oh, is that the captain of the guard sitting alone in the corner? Knew it. I wonder if he'd let me sit with him, or if I should approach him in the first place. I'm already spending time at the tavern instead of going back home. I might as well just take the plunge. Hello? Hello. Do you mind if I sit here? There are plenty of free tables in here, but it seems you already made your mind. That's a fair point. Thank you. I just wanted to chat with you if that's okay. Are you really the captain of the Prince's Guard? I am. The king appointed me to this position himself. Ever since his death 2 years ago, I've served the prince. And how is the prince doing? What's it like to serve under him? Do you like it? He's the prince, my ruler and liege. That's all that matters for me. Oh, I see. Oh, I saw you rescue that kidnapped child the other morning. That was really impressive. It was simply my duty. I suppose. Did you really have to kill them? You were brave to fight them. Was it really necessary for you to kill them? Surely you could have let them live. It was not my choice. They chose that path when they put an innocent life at risk. I'm sure those bandits were just desperate and not thinking clearly. It's cruel to take someone's life just because of a poor decision. That's a fair argument. But what would you have me do? Would you rather risk the life of the child who did nothing wrong? Or better yet, should I leave the fate of the bandits and child to the crowd? What if I tried to break in and the bandits decided to kill the boy? Or maybe the crowd would have burned down the house and everyone would have died slowly. At least by my sword, those men were given a swift death. It's my duty to uphold the peace. That is what I did. Your words may be correct, but your way of thinking is flawed. You hide behind your duty, but it's still your choice to spare a life or take it. Can you really sleep well with such a flimsy excuse as duty? Uh-oh, we've gotten speechless. You have an interesting way of thinking. It's nothing I've considered before. You're an interesting girl. Might I know your name? I'm called Cinders. An odd choice. Well, my name is Perrault. My father used to call me that because of my hair. Now it's stuck, though in the mouth of my sisters, it sounds more like an insult. I see. Then I wish you well, Cinders. Okay. Well, that was interesting. The sun is already setting. I spent the whole day in the town, and what a day it was. I guess time flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to talk to. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale, and I could do that every day. And yet, life is what it is, and I have never been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. And then Carmosa entered the picture and took over. But even without her, I would have been a bit detached from the town's life. I might dress and work like every other girl here, but I still live in a mansion quite some distance from town. I have no real friends here except Tobias. I hear no news, no gossip. I really don't know what their life is about. Sure, married life is safer and probably more luxurious. But I wonder what it would be like to live here. Be a normal town girl, wake up to the sounds of life and excitement on the street. Get out of bed knowing a myriad of things await me when I walk out of the door. But life goes by fast and an adventure might begin around each corner. Then again, if some town girl looked outside the window right now and saw me, what would she think? She would probably remember her own boring chores, the constant danger of hogwash flung from high windows to the street. She would envy me. I need to stop daydreaming. It's getting really late. My golden cage awaits, and the two sweet-singing birds I share it with are going to screech their lungs out if I stay here any longer. Ah, what an apt description. And I wouldn't want to give them reason to worry, much less an excuse for picking on me. No choice but back to the residence. Home sweet home. I used to love returning home when my father was alive. I miss sharing the events of the day with him. Now it just seems like a grim prison, and my parole has just been revoked. And close the shutters before nightfall. Can't you do anything right without my supervision? One would expect that after years of serving in this house, you would remember such things. Cinders, you're back. I tried to make it quick, and I think I've made it back at a reasonable hour. But if you have any objections... No, I'm just glad you made it home shortly after sunset. I was starting to get worried. Woods can be treacherous after nightfall. She was worried about me? Oh, thanks, Gloria. Oh, thank you for your concern. I don't think you need to worry about me. I need to worry about everything in this house. If I don't, nobody would, and everything would fall apart. Can't these servants do anything right? It's not such a big deal. The house looks as good as it does when Carmosa is here, so you don't need to worry. Thank you, but I do. And I have no time to explain it to you now. You can go to your room and read or whatever you see fit. There are some leftovers from dinner in the kitchen, if you are hungry. Alright, thank you. Hey, what do you think it is you're using on the curtains? You ruin them. The stains will just stay there here forever. And there she goes. Too bad. We almost had a normal conversation. Maybe it's for the better. I'm too tired to even talk. I never kill for some sleep. I should grab this opportunity to go to bed early and rest. All in all, it was an eventful day. And you still haven't met the prince. God damn it. What must I do to meet this man? Seriously. We're on like day 4. Cinders, are you awake? I'm awake. I'll be right there. I'll get to work in a minute. No, it's not about that. I just need to talk to you. Really, Gloria? What side of the bed did you wake up on this morning? Alright, Gloria, what is it? What is so important that you have to speak with me at this hour? At this hour? You mean noon? I wanted to speak with you about the way you've been behaving these past few days. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. Now there goes my nice morning. Or afternoon. Listen, I realise we were never really on the best of terms, but what has been going on recently is something new indeed. If you really think that I will turn a blind eye on all of your childish, egoistic exploits, then you need to think again. What are you talking about, Gloria? I didn't do anything. Oh, you didn't do anything outright destructive. You are far too smart for that. But do you think I haven't noticed a little jabs at me? You take every opportunity to undermine my effort and make my life harder. Really, I don't know what's happening to you, Cinders. Do you think I'm stupid or that I don't have any feelings? I'm trying to understand you, I really am. But it seems like you are reveling in this chaos you're creating, as if you wanted things to fall apart. Despite the efforts of all those who want to keep things together. This is where we differ, Gloria. True, our friendship was never civil, but I think I'm beginning to understand why. We may be a family, but we are not alike. All I'm trying to do is survive in this madhouse as unscathed as possible. What seems like chaos to you is freedom for me. Besides, let's face it, Gloria, things are already broken. Only Carmosa and you are still pretending that you can glue them back together, like some ugly heirloom everyone hates. Typical answer of an angry child. Do you even realize that you have managed to describe the house, all of us, as if it was all about you? It's such a shame that Mother taught me so well about the importance of family. It must have made me naive. Because I still have hope that you will mature one day. Excuse me, mature? Yes, become an adult, a person who is able to grasp a larger picture, go beyond one's own interests. Also someone who can sacrifice personal happiness for the greater good of the house, if it is necessary. I don't deny that it can be difficult at times, but we are not children anymore. We must realize how we all depend on Carmosa and support her in any way we can. I see. Well, it certainly doesn't play well with my idea of maturity, especially that part about supporting Carmosa. Of course you would say that. Just like you, Mother can be a difficult person to get along with, I admit. But her intentions are good. Think about the way she is putting all her strength into giving us a good life. And if you still doubt her, try imagining our lives without her. Don't mind if I do. How long do you think this house blast with her go on? You must understand she won't be here to care for us forever. And I can't do it alone, Cinders. I need your support. I guess you were right. You were wrong. Well, I don't mind supporting her, I guess. Alright, I see your point. And it's not just I hate to accept it. I think that I can agree with at least part of what you're saying. Of course, Carmosa means well. It's her house and we're her daughters after all. At least you are. It's her actions, not her intentions, that I have trouble understanding. But maybe not anymore. Perhaps we're more alike than I've imagined. We're survivors, doing what's necessary to cope with the situation we've been presented with. Such insights give you credit, Cinders. They tend to come in with age. If that's true, then Carmosa must be really old, and her sight is completely different than mine. That would explain some things which... Maybe she's a victim... Sorry, obviously got Gloria for a second there. Maybe she's a victim of harsh circumstances. Maybe she did have to struggle all the time. And yes, maybe I can't really imagine what she went through. But think about the woman she became. A black widow. So spiteful that she hurts her own children. But Cinders! Please, let me finish, Gloria. With all the pain she suffered, there was a lesson there that she missed. Sometimes being nice to people around you can make all the difference in the world. She has no right whatsoever to turn our lives into hell, Gloria. And you know it. She is how she is, Cinders. She is doing her best to manage everything, and it is a great burden. She can be terrible, but only because life can be terrible to her. You surely don't intend to change her now. Oh yes, no doubt about it. I'm not talking about changing her arachnid nature. I'm talking about changing ours. We could certainly use some improvement in our natures, you know. This picture you're painting in front of my eyes seems pleasant, but also not very realistic. It requires one thing which we do not have, mutual agreement. And we will not have that as long as we are not of one mind. That is, as long as Sophia keeps up her silly act. Gloria, I doubt that it is Sophia we should be worrying about in this situation. I'm having trouble picturing her opposed to anything that would bring us more freedom from Carmosa. No, Gloria, it's you. You are the unknown in this equation. We can't be sure about your loyalties. Now this is something I didn't expect. You behaving just like Sophia. It would seem that you two have much more in common than meets the eye. You both prefer to spend your time criticizing me rather than trying to contribute. You could be helping me, helping us somehow. How can we understand each other if you do not even try? Then maybe you should stop whining about being criticized and start listening. How exactly did you try to communicate with Sophia? How much effort did you put into it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sophia isn't exactly the happiest girl in the world. She is broken, deeply wounded by the hate that you and Carmosa have poured into her through the years. Her bitterness and armor of cynicism are like a cry for help. If only you could give her any credit, any recognition, then maybe she'd be willing to help you. She hardly seems interested in. Let me finish! Before you judge her with your usual presumptions, tell me this. When was the last time you actually talked with her? Do not be ridiculous, Cinders. I spoke with her as recently as yesterday. Oh, you're funny, Gloria. I don't mean commenting on house affairs or managing chores, but actually talking, like sisters. You do remember that you're two sisters, right? Or is family only important to you if it allows you to put blame on other people? Alright, I see where this is going. Fine. I am not really certain when it happened, but we did lose our connection. She seems so alien now. I catch myself thinking about her like a stranger. Her face is like a mask shielding her thoughts from me. I agree that it is unfortunate, and it isn't only Sophia's fault that we grew apart. Maybe we could work on changing that. You may be thinking that I'm telling you this to criticize you, but I'm not. All I want is to hear you say things like this, so that we can stop hurting each other all the time. It is the only reasonable thing to do. And you're always the most reasonable one, so it's good that you are willing to give it a try. And so you recognize it as well. I am the most reasonable. And I am the only one here that actually does anything to keep this house. That might just be a bit of an overstatement, Gloria. Each one of us puts some work into how this place works, for better or worse. We just have different perspectives, and so we give a different kind of input. But surely you realize how naive that sounds. It is something one might say to a slow child to spare its feelings. I've tried to help you both understand the importance of Carmosa's rules, and yet I seem to be the only one capable of understanding the requirements to keep a proper household. Will nobody ever learn? How long am I supposed to guide you and work alone against the laziness and stupidity of others? Hasn't it ever occurred to you that you might not have all the answers? Because that's the root of the problem right there. You try to be our teacher or a disciplinarian. You have no knowledge that we lack, nor high status, and you are not our mother. Stop trying to imitate Carmosa. Is this how you think a sister should act? How should I know? Do any of you act like one towards me? Apologize, reason with her, fight. I'm not going to be subservient. I have nothing to apologize for. I'm going to reason with her. If she can be reasoned with, which probably she can't be. Oh, such debate skills you have. Attacking me as a person clearly proves you are the reasonable and logical one. I am not the one at fault here. You are not the only one at fault here. We all are. Reason dictates that all the sides of a conflict contribute to its current state, and so we all did. Let us assume that is correct. What would you propose then? Then Sophia and I would have to admit we were wrong to attack you and hinder your efforts to take care of the house. Oh, so true. You, on the other hand, would have to admit that you blindly mimicked Carmosa rather than using your own reason and abilities to best take care of the house. We all need to change our ways. If things are to improve, blame is not important. Refraining from our old habits and working together is. That does not conjure up a good image. I think I would like such a change. Oh, sorry. That does conjure up a good image. I think I would like such a change. One thing though. Do you really think I mimic Carmosa? Gloria, would you please stop for a second to think and answer one simple question truthfully? And what question might that be? What do you like to do? And no, I don't mean something that you feel obliged to do. Not a chore, necessity, or an assignment. What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What do you do just for yourself and nobody else? But what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in the future? What will you do when Carmosa's not here and you are able to move on? Where do you want to go? I do not know. I just want to make everything better. This house should work as intended, and it should do so because of me. I want to make everyone happy and keep it all together. That's actually really sweet. I would never have expected such a romantic dream from Gloria. It's beautiful. Fine. And when you accomplish that, what then? Imagine, this house is running smoothly. Carmosa is proud of you and relaxed. All tasks complete. What would you do with all your free time then? I do not know what to say. Indeed, such a situation seems highly unlikely to occur, so I have not given any thought. Who are you? What do you know about yourself? I do not know. I do not know why you are so mean to me. All I did was come here with an open mind to talk to you, find some mutual understanding. You get no understanding, because there is nothing there to understand. You came here to reenact Carmosa in a statement of superiority. That is not true. I did indeed try to get through to you. You simply would not listen. You didn't either. Get through to me? You came here with your air of superiority to boost your own conviction. You don't care about myself or Sophia. All you care about is you. This is pointless. I see no reason to listen to such nonsense. Especially since I did nothing to deserve such treatment from an immature brat. Both of you are trying to turn everybody against you. Then you will be able to whine about fate that brought you to living in cinders and pain. I must have some kind of a huge lapse of judgment to even consider treating you as a mature woman. Oh, look who's talking. Do you even understand the word mature, or is it just something you repeat after Carmosa? Fine, Cinders, get out. Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. You have one more day till Carmosa returns. And I will not stoop to debating the order of things with you any further, nor try to teach you. You can go and do as you please for today. We'll see where your freedom gets you. We both know you are powerless to stop me from leaving the house, or from doing anything for that matter, so you can stop pretending. Or did you grow accustomed to pretending too much? Pretending to have control, to be self-confident, to be Carmosa? I do not have to listen to this. Goodbye. And it was going so well. I thought we really had a connection right there towards the end, and then boom, screwed it all over. Hello there, Hall. Let's see what new surprises you have in store for me today. Because I have to warn you, after the conversation I just had, I'm hard to impress. Hello there, early bird. I'm the old surprises, apparently. You really should try harder next time, Hall. Having a conversation with the room? How bizarrely refreshing. It's good to see you too, Sophia. Now, I never thought I'd say something like this, but here it goes. Carmosa was right. Too much reading does make you crazy. But evidently, it also makes you interesting. At least interesting enough to make my eternally uptight sister sneak into your room when I thought I wasn't looking. I seriously doubt she's that naive. Doesn't matter. The real question is, what did she want from you? Did she come to ask for help? So many hours without the chance to struggle for Carmosa's approval must have left the poor girl quite disturbed. I mean, you know our Gloria, a true stronghold of independence, a font of wisdom. I take it she came to spread her usual Carmosian propaganda among the little ones. Gosh, my accent gets weirder and weirder every time I try to do Sophia. I'm just trying to make it different from Cinders, but it's failing dismally. Only to meet with steadfast resistance of the people. We will not be silenced, shouted the crowds. Oh my, it must have been quite the display. Did the guard intervene? If you're asking if there was any violence, then yes, plenty. The streets and squares practically turned red. Oh, how lovely. Was she hurt? Did you slap her? No. I think that'd be going a bit too far, don't you think? My dear simple sister, who can really say? Such things tend to be relative, you know? One man's hero is a criminal to someone else. It's a bit too complex for a girl like me to decide. So when it comes to Gloria, I don't analyze and stick to one golden rule. Violence is always the answer. Oh, Sophia. I see. I think you've just given me a bit too information there, Sophia. Oh, you're such a child sometimes. In case you didn't notice, we're living in the middle of a dangerous and unforgiving forest. This place is packed with wild, bloodthirsty predators. And whether we choose to see them or not, they exist. What a lovely thought. I will think about it on my trip through the woods today. Oh, you're going out again? I have to eat something first, but yes, I am going out. Why? I was just wondering if you, well... What is it? Sophia? Are you blushing? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I'm not blushing. I was just thinking that maybe you could use some company. I'm never gonna meet the prince at this rate, especially not if she comes with me. What if she falls for the prince instead and the prince falls for her? That would be depressing for poor Cinders. You want to leave the house? Yes. Is that a crime? Dear Sophia, no. Not in my book. Of course I'd love to go with you. But a lot is happening now, and I wanted to have some time to think alone. I'm really sorry. Maybe some other time? When Carmosa is back? Right. I'll go back to my room and stay there then. Forever. Don't be like that. I'm really sorry. You just caught me by surprise, but I really would want to go out with you whenever we might get the chance. Yes, I understand. Go then and have fun doing your secret stuff. Thanks, I will. I'll see you in the evening. Sorry again. Why doesn't she just go out on her own? I don't know why she doesn't just go meander around town without my presence. It's not like she... Or is she afraid to go through the woods? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway. Another day of freedom I can spend on the town. There's always something going on here. Even now I see some commotion in the street. I wonder what it is about. Wow. The moment I saw my cow die, I knew it. It was those evil beads of yours that did it. What are you talking about, woman? My poor Molly has died, and she was in so much pain for days. She mooed like she has never mooed before. It was almost like moaning or crying. It was your fault. I have seen the bad omens. My poor Molly moaning in the odour her wretched body made. It must have been your cursed witch. Cows smell on their own, and your Molly didn't need my help in that department. You might not have noticed because you only bathe occasionally. Ha ha! Snap! My poor Molly is dead, lifeless as a clump of mud on the street, and the heartless witch that you are dare to jest about it? I knew it was your doing, you wretched... I'm laughing because there is little else to do. How else should I react to your stupidity? You want someone to blame? I told you to come to me so I could look at your bloody cow and heal it. But did you listen? No! The animal's pain was not enough reason to spare a few coins. But I did bring her to you. When it was terminal! Before you said, it is for fate to decide what happens. So when it's your responsibility, you leave it to fate. And who would have guessed? It doesn't work out well. But you said the cow would die, and she did. I said it would die if you don't take care of it. Fate certainly won't. The damn cow was seriously ill. You could see that for yourself. You only came to me when it couldn't move anymore. That is when you finally realized that trusting to fate is ineffective. Well, too late. So you're just searching for someone else to take your blame. Your Molly died because of your stupidity. Oh, but she didn't die until you looked at her, you witch. This whole town knows you're bad news. You're not welcome here. Shut up, or else I will turn you into a frog. Or a cow to compensate for your loss. Nice castle, Madam Gede. What's going on here? Oh, good captain, please arrest this evil witch for killing my poor Molly with her evil eye and her devilish beads. She has... Molly? My poor cow! She was so kind and helpful, and... Is there any truth to what she accuses you of? I'm not even going to dignify that foolishness with an answer. If this idiot doesn't want to take responsibility for her own actions, fine, but leave me out of this. Alright then. My dear lady, I'm going to have to ask you to go home and wait till I sort this out. But I will make it my responsibility to sort this out. Now please go home and do not pursue this matter on your own. Do you understand? Yes, I do. Fine. I do apologize for this woman's behavior, and I hope you have not been bothered by this. You know how the townspeople are when they feel hurt or helpless. Oh, I do know. They blame the wicked witch, sometimes with the help of torches and pitchforks. I hope, however, that you realize that you are welcome here. These are good people. They just get carried away sometimes. However, they have grown to expect you to always be able to bail them out of their problems. For generations they did that, and all the old noble professions, yours is still needed. Oh yes, I am so needed that you had to intervene. How many times has it been now? Them blaming me for their own stupidity. This town sure has a strange way of showing appreciation. It might be the time to move on now. Now surely you don't mean that. Just yesterday this young woman told everyone in the inn how much you have helped her, and... Sure, a grateful lady nobody listens to one day. Insults, blame, and pitchforks the next. That seems like a good cue to leave. You have good reasons to be angry. Oh, just give me some time, please. I need to think. Someone in this town should anyway. Fine, I consider the matter settled, and you will do as you see fit, like you always do. Until next time, madame. Good day, Cinders. I did not notice you standing there. 'Cause I'm so invisible and all. Good day to you, Captain. May I inquire what is going on here? Oh, just another day in the town, as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary. Sure, let's attack the witch, as usual. Exactly my point. That is not what I meant. I meant there is no danger, so you do not need to worry, Cinders. Everything will be fine. Did you have some robbers to kill, or at least some vagabonds to hold down by the ear? Or did picking up girls just become a priority for the town's watch? I've been in many battles, and I've stood my ground. But when a lady as decisive as Madame Gede gets her temper up, there is no shame in retreat. So please excuse me, Cinders. I shall bid you ladies farewell. I will stay in the inn for a while, if you feel like talking. Oh, no need to apologize. Farewell, Captain. What happened here exactly? People are strange here, illogical and stupid. They just sit and demand, do nothing and hope. Morons. The time has come for me to change the scenery. What do they do? Oh, nothing spectacular. Just more of the usual. People come to me for medicine, for advice, for a solution to every stupid problem they have created. They still fear me though, and every time something goes wrong, they blame me. They used to blame the devil or evil forces. Now the evil forces live next door, ready for those morons to blame. Surely the townsfolk do not mean that. They seem to respect you a lot. There is a very thin line between respect and fear, and it happens in every single town I travel to. However, it takes time for the resentment to build up, so new towns should be more friendly. But you have friends here. Just a second ago, I thought I saw you speaking with a captain on very familiar and most friendly terms. Oh, but you have some history together. Would you not let me bore you with the details? Oh, go ahead, please. We're always game for some juicy gossip. Your curiosity is commendable. Let's discuss something of more importance. Have you given any thought to our last conversation? Not yet. I haven't had the time to. Good. That means I don't have to give you more advice right now. So take your time, Cinders, and come to me when you have decided. Just don't wait too long, because I intend to leave this damn town soon, and I will not look back. Thank you. I will take time to consider and decide soon. You do that. Goodbye, child. Goodbye. That woman really got to her. Who would have thought? Tough, cynical Madame Gede, whose wrath can move mountains, touched by a simple townswoman's remark. I'll have to consider that side of her. Vulnerable and so human. But right now, I have a whole day of freedom to plan as I will. What shall I do now? Maybe pay Tobias a visit again? I could also spend time in the tavern, chatting with townspeople, making friends, and hearing all the gossip. That is where the life of the town concentrates. And the captain said he was heading there. Speaking to him proved to be worthwhile so far. Choices, choices. Watch out, Cinders, or you may get used to it. How do I meet the prince? I didn't realize it was so difficult to meet him. I mean, I suppose he's a prince and he lives in the palace and I'm not in the palace. But I thought it'd be easy to meet him prior to the ball, but it's just not happening. So, maybe we need to think about abandoning the prince conquest and start focusing on Perrault the guard instead, because I quite like him, it must be said. I do like Perrault. I don't know. Let's head to the tavern. Tobias is not going anywhere, and I'm starving. Sorry, friend, but this girl has her priorities straight. I wonder if the captain is here already. He's such an intriguing man. I wish I could spend a little more time getting to know him, and today it almost sounded as if he invited me here. Ah, there he is, sitting in the same corner he sat in last time. Habit? Looks like he's leaving. Wait, is he coming towards me? Gasp. So you came. I remember correctly that your name was Cinders, right? Yes! I'm surprised you recognized me on the town square today. Well, you were on my mind. Would you care to join me for a drink? I'd be happy to. Hang on. You were thinking of me? Yes. You came to mind after a recent discussion I had with the prince. Oh, I'm flattered, I think. What were you talking about exactly? A candidate for wife, of course. Surely you've heard about the king's last wish? Actually, I haven't. According to the king's final wish, the prince cannot be crowned until he's found a wife for himself. So the coronation is being postponed, and every noble in the kingdom is trying to foist a daughter upon him. It's been very tiring for him, as many of his women are groomed for looks alone. He's losing faith. But I think that the world still holds many bright and intelligent women, and you're a living proof. Oh, well, I'm grateful for the compliment, but I'm not sure what else to say. My apologies. The drink is making me more direct than is proper. These days, there's little to pass the time in my position, so I spend many hours here. I don't want to bore you with the small complaints of my life, and I apologise for being so curt with you when we met last time. I understand. A lot happened, and it's no surprise if you weren't in the mood for discussion. Honestly, I should probably apologise for bothering you when you wanted to be left alone. It wasn't a bother. I found the discussion very interesting. Listen, I know you asked about the prince last time. Are you still interested in learning more? Ooh, so this is how. This is the choice. The prince or Perrault. Gosh, now I'm swaying. My initial instinct is to complete the fairy tale and go with the prince. But I always prefer the warrior in every sort of scenario. I always like the warrior. So Perrault is really awesome. But it's Cinderella, so we must go with the prince. I would love to hear more about the prince, especially after what you just said. The sort of man who is interested in more than a woman's appearance seems interesting to me. He is interesting, albeit very young. The king was a highly respected ruler for many years. Filling his position is a huge burden for the young monarch. Living in the shadows of a strong personality. That sounds familiar. It must be so difficult for him. I have faith in him, though. He has the drive and passion to become a truly great leader. He's also not afraid to change things that need to be changed, however challenging that might be. The old noble houses don't like change, especially if they lose power in the process. The prince must be prepared to face some difficult and potentially dangerous opposition. He must be a brave man, then. It certainly seems so, but time will tell if he makes the right choices. Some are harder than others. What do you mean? The prince may have to use force in his opposition to achieve unity. The king wasn't afraid to wage wars, imprison dissenters, or even assassinate his enemies. It's a brutal position to be in, and the prince might have to make similar decisions. How horrible. Understandable. Oh, Jesus. How horrible. That's horrible. That's the burden of being a ruler. You may think it horrible, but it's a choice he has to make. It might not be easy, but it's for the greater good. That's a convenient excuse. I've never had to run a kingdom, obviously, but most issues can be resolved with diplomacy. Violence will only lead to grief and more violence. It's a vicious circle. Maybe there was a time when it was necessary, but these are peaceful days. Why cling to old methods? You're asking me? I'm not but a simple warrior, a sword who follows the will of the crown. If all things could be solved peacefully, that would be great, but not everyone thinks like you. And when you face those people who think differently, you must strike first or they will strike you down. but it's still terrible. That's why I said it was not an easy decision to make. That's enough of such heavy subjects, though. I'd rather get to know you more, if you don't mind. You look like a girl from the town, but I haven't seen you around. I don't live in the town, actually. I live in the house ruled by Lady Carmosa. Oh, forgive me. I didn't realize you were nobility. Your clothes give you the appearance of one of the townfolk. I didn't know you were incognito. It's not a disguise. This is what I wear every day. After my father passed away, Carmosa took over. She treats me as one of the servants, without any pay. I don't even have money to spend on clothing. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a shame your father chose Carmosa to take over the estate. He chose her? Isn't that what happened? Before he passed away, he should have left a will. The will would appoint the next head of the house. It's a shame he didn't choose you. I've never heard anything about his will. I don't think father would willingly put me in this situation. That doesn't sound right at all. If Lady Carmosa wasn't appointed, she's breaking the law. I didn't realize that. Something about this situation seems suspicious. Hope you get it sorted out. I wish I could speak with you longer, but I must start my patrol. It was a pleasure talking with you. If you ever need anything, I'd be happy to help you. Thank you. I'll see you then. Take care of yourself. This is the first time I've heard of Father's will. I wonder why he never wrote one. Unless he did write one. If that's the case, what happened to it? I'll have to investigate as soon as I get the chance. Well, there's no point in sitting here in the tavern alone. I don't want to attract the wrong company. It was nice to see Captain Perrault again. He's such an interesting man. His persona is so rough and intimidating, and he carries himself like a man who's seen war. But he's also so straightforward and honest, almost naive, like a child raised on tales of knighthood. The fact that he still holds on to his ideals after all of this is admirable. There's something pure about it. Really, it was nice to get to know him a little bit better. It's still pretty early. I think I should go and visit Tobias. Who knows when we'll get another chance to talk after Carmosa comes back. And that's where we'll leave it. I will not be speaking to Tobias today. Although I'm still curious about that necklace and the money. It makes no sense, I tell you. No darn sense. So we seem to be progressing our relationship with the guard, unfortunately. And maybe Perrault will suggest this to the prince. I don't really know how that storyline's going to unfold. But I'm kind of hedging my bets now between the two, which is probably very dangerous behaviour. And we also have to look for her father's will at some point in time, if I can be bothered. If it doesn't disrupt the main plotline, that's what we will do. So anyway, if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.